Good morning, Boro. I'm your host, Jordan Thomas. The Uncomfortable Conversation series continued this past month with discussion-filled Fault Lines, the U.S. and the Middle East in the Trump era. Panelists discussed the Middle East and how it's the most under-democratic place in the world. Questions were taken at the end of the panel conversation. The panel consisted of Dr. Bahar Goshen, Dr. Victoria Rickard, Brian Lasher, and Dr. Jerry Gendlin. Every year, UPB is tasked with finding an artist for the campus spring concert. This year, they chose the country pop duo of Chris Lucas and Preston Burse, otherwise known as Locash. Their biggest hit, I Know Somebody, sits at a massive 46 million streams. Students receive an email in the fall able to pick the genre at the concert. This year's decision came from the UPB board members. Pop typically dominates the polls, and country is a genre that brings in the community as well, so these genres do tend to drive the spring concert choices. If you like Locash, then make sure you come out to the Become tonight and support. The doors open at 6:30 p.m. Concerts and live music can be such an incredible and fun experience, so why not take advantage of the ticket opportunity and go? If you don't like the spring concert choice, though, your voice, your opinion, participate in next year's poll or survey, or even join UPB. For those unhappy, let this be a lesson in the importance of expecting and exercising your right to vote and in participating. The reopening of Towers A means the beginning of a new living option for students, pet-friendly rooms. Towers at Edinboro University will be opening back up in the fall of 2019 and welcome students to bring their furry friends, with some expectations, those are. For students looking to bring their pets to campus, there's an application process that must be completed. Students must also make sure that their dogs and cats are within compliance of all the policies set by the university. Requirements for animals living on campus include being up to date with vaccinations, being at least 6 months old, and have living with the student and their family for 3 months prior to campus move-in day. In addition, reptiles and fowl are not permitted. Students are financially responsible for the actions of their pet, including but not limited to bodily injury, housing damages, and campus damages. The presidential search at Edinboro University officially began January 22nd, and 2 months into the process, the Presidential Search Committee has issued an update. The committee is in search of a candidate to fill the president's office after the departure of Dr. H. Fred Walker in early 2018. According to a prospectus released by the Presidential Search Committee, interviews will begin in the early of April, and finalists will be introduced to the campus community in the second half of that month. The committee hopes to have Edinboro's next president appointed by the end of May. And as we honor and celebrate Women's History Month, this week's Person on the Street asks the question, who is your favorite female faculty member and why?
So it's Women's History Month, and we want to know who's your favorite female professor on campus and why.
Probably Dr. Meisner, just because my FYU is really fun.
Cassandra Reese, because she's really nice and always prepared for class and ready to help us.
I would probably say Rhonda Matthews, because she's inspired me in many ways, and we have the same views, and she's very strong in what she wants and knows how to get it and knows how to make other people know what she wants, and she's very strong.
Shelley Barron, because she's very passionate about what she does.
Probably Ellen Zimmer. She taught my object-oriented programming class, and she has a really good, strong understanding of it, and she really taught us well.
I'm going to have to say Dr. Stauffer. She's the only female professor I have right now, and she gets the material out pretty well.
I'd say Professor Jenrette in Wiley. She teaches a lot of history classes and stuff. She's real passionate. So
me, I am the favorite female professor on campus.
Back home.
Okay. And now we're going to be back after this quick commercial break.
Can we tell you everything about Edinboro University in just 30 seconds?
No way.
So let's just say, if you're looking for an exceptional and affordable education to build the foundations of your career success, you'll find it Fighting Scott. Schedule your visit or apply today at edinboro.edu.
Good morning, Boro. Kiera here, bringing you all the action from the Fighting Scots. The women's lacrosse team played twice, going 0-2, losing to Millersville University and Sentinel Hill University. The men's tennis team went 1-1 last week, defeating West Virginia, Wesleyan, and losing to Ashland University. The women's and men's track and field competed in North Carolina last Friday and Saturday. Heading the competitions was Corey Weefing, who placed 5th overall in the 800-meter run with a time of 1 minute 54.20 seconds. In doing so, Corey was able to qualify for the PSACs. Matt Waring was also able to qualify for PSACs with a time of 1 minute and 57 seconds and 75. And in the same event, in the triple jump, Noah Sheetal was able to jump at 13.56 meter, which was good for the 10th place overall and a qualifying jump for Pasca. This week's Player of the Week, or in this situation, Player of the Year in her respective sport, goes to Stephanie Parsons. She has earned Pasca's Women's Indoor Track and Field Player of the Year, becoming Edinboro's first indoor All-American since Ida Norbuvu. In 2016, she has qualifying Pasca times in the 800 meter, the mile, and the 3,000 meter, holding the top times in her conference and the region in all 3 events. Congratulations, Stephanie, for earning Good Morning Boro's Player of the Week. Up next, the weather with Courtney after this commercial break.
Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Oh, what a play! 18 universities.
How competitive is this?
23 championships.
It's over. We have new PSAC champs.
7,100 student athletes. Make the PSAC yours.
My PSAC is passion.
My PSAC is pride.
PSAC is Pennsylvania.
Passion, pride, Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference.
Good morning, Boro. I'm Courtney here again to bring you some spring weather updates. First, let's start off with some lovely spring flowers everyone's probably seen around campus this year, including Dr. Bodimer, Professor Porter, Dr. Garden, Dr. Allen, Dr. Chen, Dr. Golden, and Dr. Uniso. These are some of the most inspiring female professors on the campus, and we just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge them. Now on to some weather. So today we have a high of 34 and a low of 19 with the sunrise at 7:20 and the sunset at 7:35. And if we go into today's breakdown, you can tell that spring that had just happened a few days ago is now starting to go back into winter. Sadly, I was enjoying that spring weather. If we go on to our 7-day, it's going to stay down in the cold temperatures, but Sunday it'll hit back up into the 40s just for a little bit, but it'll be back with spring on Wednesday. And then in PA alone, Erie is going to be a little cold, but if you look over towards Philly and Harrisburg, it is nice spring temperatures over there, and I'd rather be over there, but I'm not. And last but not least, the nation. As always, Mexico and Florida are always going to be warmer than up here in the north. And that's your weather breakdown. Now on to Rhiannon with your weekly film review after this commercial break.
For those who think, those who create, those who have big ideas, like really, really big, some would call them crazy ideas. For those who have been told no, no chance, and not you. Those who never miss practice, even at 6 a.m. Those who break a sweat, break hearts, and break records. For those who work harder, smarter, faster, there's Edinboro University. For those who strive. Start now at edinboro.edu.
Hey guys, Rhiannon Pushjack here with the film review of the week. This week's film is the Marvel superhero origin story, Captain Marvel. Fire up the trailer.
About to show these boys how we do it. You ready? Higher, further, faster, baby. Yes, babe. Higher. Further. Faster.
Try to keep up. As a young girl growing up in the early 2000s, I looked to comic books as an inspiration to become the woman I have always wanted to be. It wasn't until this year that we have seen one of these heroes make such an impact on popular culture as we know it. Captain Marvel is one of those films. The film itself came with some controversy over actress Brie Larson after many male fans criticized her for not smiling enough.
Did you have a rough day?
In the trailer. There is an argument about gender equality to had here that we shouldn't have. With that being said, Captain Marvel and its heavy feminist themes are just what we needed, but it's a long time coming. Sure, the film is very well done and is possibly at the top of the list of the best superhero films to date, but I believe we should have seen this kind of equality a long time ago. As the great Nine Inch Nails sang in the 90s, the time in which Captain Marvel took place, bow down before the one you serve, you're going to get what you deserve. That is your film review of the week. Tune in for the show next week for the show where I will review the period piece, The Favorite. Have a great weekend.
Hey, so guys, as it's Women's History Month, I just want to know, do you guys have any favorite female professors here and why?
Dr. Carden.
Dr. Carden.
Irene Fiala. I love her. I love Fiala. Fiala, if you're watching this, I love you. Oh, and Murphy.
Murphy too.
I love her.
I definitely like Dr. Rhonda Matthews. She's crazy and an independent, strong woman. Definitely like her a lot.
I love Matthews.
I
also.
definitely
I love
enjoyed
Rhonda.
one of her.
I love her.
One of her events that she held last semester.
She's really good.
I love Rhonda.
All right.
She's amazing.
All right, guys. So it was a great show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you right here next week for more Good Morning Boro. Have a great day.